everyone, it's Linda. Welcome back. Today I'm going to talk about when it's time to venture past your original sewing machine that you purchased to get going in quilting. So I give everybody advice to go see a dealer, and I still highly recommend that as an option. You really shouldn't be buying an online machine unless you're buying from an online dealer, because you have no other choice. You have nobody close by that you can go and test out machines with. But when you might want to move on from your beginner machine, and let me start with this little piece of advice other than buying from a dealer, is make sure you hold on to that first machine. You might be tempted to just steal it, drop it on Marketplace, sell it to somebody, and let somebody else start their sewing journey, which is great. However, if your new machine should break, should need a yearly service, if you do that, I do not, you've got no backup then. So always keep your original machine as a backup. So when is the time? So this is going to be different for everybody. It's a price point, because when you start getting into more features, you get into more money, and more money can go fast, really quickly. Do your research. Find out what you think you're interested in. If you can at all get to a dealer to test drive, that would be perfect and awesome. If you can't, do your best to choose online what you think will fit your needs. I'm very particular about doing your research. Again, you're probably thinking, why do I have to do that, Linda? Because it will save you money in the end. Before I got into Bernina, I purchased a Janome machine. Model, I'm not talking about it here. I read reviews upon reviews, because that's what I do. I don't generally buy much without reading reviews first. And of course, I've learned that you stop reading the 1-star and 2-star reviews. You start at 3-star, because then you get the people that are not complaining about the fact that it came in a box that was dirty or something. So I read reviews upon reviews upon reviews about how this machine struggled going through quilting intersections. So that's when intersections come together. So it would be, can I even show you this? You're not going to get the point of this. So it would be like sewing across here, across those 4 layers of fabric. I saw all kinds of reviews about this, and I ignored them. I thought, oh, it's just a learning curve, because we all know there's a learning curve with everything. And boy, was I wrong. When I got my Janome, it was a great machine. Other than that, it really was. It sewed great. But when it came to that, it started skipping stitches, and it just wouldn't go anywhere. The feed dogs wouldn't feed it. Like, I was literally pulling the fabric through the back of the machine, which is something you should never do. Read reviews. If you're seeing the same thing over and over again, trust it. It's not a joke. So basically, when you're probably going to be ready for a new machine is when you are moving to quilting that is not conducive to your machine, like, for instance, satin stitch applique. Any zigzag will do it, but if you have more control of the width and the length of that zigzag, you're going to have a better end result. So it's when has your skill set built to the point where you want to move on to something new. And I'm going to tell you here right now, do not be swayed by FOMO, or a fear of missing out, for those of you that don't know. Myself right now have a bit of FOMO. But I do not have a way to pay for this, and I will not buy it until I have a way to pay for this. And that is the new Bernina 990 machine, which costs about as much as some small cars. There are machines on the market, like the Bernina 990, that cost over $20,000, and that's either US or Canadian. So try to stay away from the FOMO. If something gets released and it looks really exciting, and oh my God, everybody's talking about it, oh my God, I have to have it, really stop and think back. Are you ever going to use those 900 stitches that come on your new machine? If you want a bigger throat space, so the space, gee, I wish I had my machine up here. The space from the machine on the right to your needle is called the throat space or the harp space. It's very important, especially when you're trying to push a king-size quilt through a 6-inch throat space. It's next to impossible. You're going to be very tired from the physical act of pushing the quilt through the machine. So throat space is important. It's an important consideration if you want to move up, but it often comes with a large dollar value attached to it. So keep that in mind. You can always outsource your quilting to a long arm quilter for far less than it would cost you to buy a machine with a very big throat on it. So it's really your comfort zone. It's really your skill set. It's really your budget. Those are the things that you might want to consider when it's time to move up. I mean, myself, other than the fact that I have a bit of FOMO for the 990 right now, which I'm not buying unless I can pay in cash, seriously. My Bernina 770, which I've had since 2017, works perfectly. I love it. His name is Monroe. Yes, he has a name. And he works wonderfully. And really, if other than the FOMO part and the extra doodads that the 990 does, there's really no reason for me to even be considering it. But, you know, so things to consider when it's time to move up: your comfort zone, your skill set, and your budget. Any machine comes with a learning curve, and you don't have to necessarily be great with technology, but you can find your way. I hope that helps. Talk soon. Bye.